Hey, Railbirds, Kevin here. All right, here we are at the quarterfinals of the 2022 WPA World Artistic Championship. These are going to be good matches, all good matches from here on out. Not that there have been any bad matches before, but they just keep getting better and better. We are coming at you live from the league room here in Parkersburg, West Virginia. Presented by Jacoby Custom Cues, Championship Billiard Fabric, as well as Dynaspheres and Digital Pool. Thank you guys for your support. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Dr. Q Promotions, Navigator Tips, and Balanced Billiards. Thank you as well. So, coming up, we have Tim the Dragon Chin from St. Paul, Minnesota. He is a 2022 National Artistic Pool Champion, as well as some other titles to his name, which I'm sure our guest commentators will tell you all about. Who are those guest commentators? That's a secret. I'll tell you in a minute. Also on this table, Jamie the Bayou Bullet Moody from Houston, Texas, 2 times Rolled and Bank and Kick champion, 2 times Special Arts champion, also a runner-up at the 2021 U.S. National Artistic Pool Championship. Our guest commentator for this match is going to be, oops, that is the wrong button. That's not the button we want. I am just silly like that sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Stacy, the First Lady of Trick Shots, Mendrick, and Mark White. Take it away, you two.
Yeah, good evening, and it's a pleasure to welcome the young lady, better known, of course, as the First Lady of Trick Shots, and we're going to find out why she got that nickname and who she got it from a little later on. Hi, Stacey, how are you?
Good, good. I'm doing good, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a pleasure to sit alongside the First Lady of Trick Shots. It really is. I need some lessons, please, because I want to get into this. I'm loving it.
It's great to have you. It's great to see such enthusiasm for our sport. And I wish it would grow and get big as it can be. So we appreciate your help.
Anything we can do to bring this to more people. I mean, in my eyes, if you're missing out this, if you're not watching this now, you're seriously missing out, because it's such a great discipline of the sport. I love it. Do you miss it?
Yes, I definitely miss it. I can't wait to get back into it. I haven't had a lot of time to practice, but I'm sponsored by Big Time Billiards, and so in Houston, so they give me a lot of practice time. And coming up, I plan on getting right back into it.
Well, Houston, Texas is on my list because I know it's a huge place for sport, a huge state for sport, Texas, and I really want to visit there, so you can give me some lessons when I do. Right, so what have we got here? I didn't catch the graphic, I'm sorry, I was too busy chatting. Here we go, 4 in a line. What are they going to do here then, Stacey, do you know?
Yeah, so this is a tough shot, only because it's an easy overdraw shot, so you can end up overdrawing your cue ball into the short rail. If you're going to miss it, most of the time it's an overdraw, because these trick shot artists are trying. There's a regular pool component to this, which makes this shot sometimes a little bit harder. It's not just a setup shot. Hi, Caitlin.
Buongiorno, Caitlin. I keep saying her name back to front, but it works both ways.
Yes, it does. Trust me, she's laughing.
So here we go then. First attempt for Tim Chin, the Dragon. Can he come out firing?
Yeah, I think so.
And there, as you said, what did he do? He overdrew it, didn't he?
Yep.
It's nice to have somebody in the booth finally that knows what they're talking about. Kevin and I have been struggling terribly over the last couple of days.
Yeah, I'm lucky though. I know a lot of these shooters, so I have seen them miss it. I've seen them make it. He actually makes this way more often than missing it, so I'm sorry that he did exactly what I thought. But yeah, he'll make it this time, I'm sure.
I actually saw you playing a bit of rotation earlier on with this young man at the table now.
Yep. We were playing a little 10 ball.
Did you beat him?
Yeah, maybe. He doesn't play a lot of regular pool. He just honed in on trick shots when he was young, and he was in college and doing his graduate work at MIT. And so he got into trick shots then and never really picked up on the pool side.
I wonder if he got into trick shots. You know, when I was young, I got into making people laugh and doing impressions of people. That's how I got the girls, right? Because you want to be liked. When you haven't got the looks, you need something else,
you
right?
stop.
So I'm wondering if he got into this like some people get into magic to, like, you know, to impress the girls kind of thing.
I don't know. We'll ask him after.
Here we go, second attempt then. Well, again, overdrew it.
Yeah.
Just made a slight adjustment though, didn't he? Missed it a little bit nearer.
Yeah. This one's going to be like dead end.
And of course, Jamie, you know very well. We'll be seeing him come to the table. Man known for his brightly coloured waistcoats, for one.
Yeah, and Jamie's from my neck of the woods, like just on the other side of Houston. So we haven't had a lot of time to be able to practice because getting from one side of Houston to the other is actually like quite the feat.
Just around the corner, isn't it?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's only an hour and a half away. It's only like 10 miles, hour and a half away. But yeah, he now just renovated his house and put a incredibly gorgeous pool room in his garage, and so which he has a diamond, so he came out swinging for this tournament. He knows. He's been putting a lot of time in on the tables. He's an incredible shot maker.
Super nice guy as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just so friendly. And first night I met him, he said, right, come on, do you want to play some 10 ball? So yeah, of course, I never refuse a game of pool. But I really, really want to try some of these trick shots. And what I've been telling the viewers is that I think Kevin and I should get it on.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I think it is. It should be the culmination of a great week of pool to send it right back down again. Me versus Kevin. Right, here we go. Third attempt. The dragon.
There it is.
As predicted. There, you said it. In it goes. Great start
Yeah.
for the dragon. Third attempt. So now we're going to see the Bayou bullet. Mr. Jamie Moody. And he's far from Moody. He's got the wrong surname. He should be called Happy.
I know, right? One of the first times that I met Jamie Moody, he was on we were playing a tournament in Vegas, and it was on 7-foot tables. And if you search up Jamie Moody on YouTube, fast pool, you'll probably pull up one of his greatest videos. I was there. You can probably hear me in the background because I'm so loud. But
It's okay, you got a microphone now, don't
yeah,
worry.
no, right? But he like fires these balls into the side pocket, and then his brother was doing the videoing and slowed it down to half, then quarter, then eighth, and then speeds it back up. And it's a great video. If anybody out there wants to Google it, it's fantastic.
Is that Mike Moody?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was in the chat yesterday. Hi, Mike. Hi to everyone else in the chat. If you've got any comments for Stacey, any intelligent questions, now's the time to ask them because Stacey's in the booth next to us. As Jamie sets up the same shot, of course, must play the same shot, but then he gets to choose the next shot.
Yes, he does.
And here he is in his waistcoat. Looks a bit... Well, yesterday he had one on that looked like my old curtains. Today he's got one on that looks like an explosion in a paint factory.
Yeah. Yeah, he's known for his... he's got the coolest vests.
Suits his personality.
Yeah, it does.
Very colourful. Always puts a smile on the face of people when he walks in the room.
Yeah, he's super friendly. I think that sets us apart. I don't know if you guys talked about it on the feed earlier, but during the jump in Mass A, when they were doing the regulars through jump in Mass A, Jamie Moody was on a different table than Abram Diaz. And there's a jump out of the rack Mass A. And regular pool players won't necessarily hand over their cues willy-nilly. And Abram was on the table playing and took his cue apart and gave Jamie Moody his jump mass AQ, which then Jamie Moody hit that shot for a shot. So the friendliness of the players is really quite unique to our sport, I think. Like, it's just, they'll help whenever they can. It's neat.
Come on, Jimmy, stop FaceTiming. We've got not Jimmy, Jamie, sorry. Come on, stop FaceTiming, mate. We've got a pool tournament we're running here.
You can tell because he's going off his phone that he doesn't necessarily hit this shot a lot.
Yeah, it's key to this particular discipline, isn't it? You have to shoot the shot that your opponents choose for you.
Yep. And it might not be your favorite one.
We were talking about strategy in the last one, and obviously you're trying to choose one that you think your opponent can't make, but you can. But also we came up with the question, well, how do you practice for this situation? Because, and Kevin came up with a great idea of choosing a shot that you rarely see anyone play out of the 150 or so, however many are in the book, and then really nail that one, and then choose that one. Have that as like your ace up the sleeve kind of
Yep.
trick.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it. Some people use prelims. If you can know that you're getting through prelims, we'll let Jamie shoot. Some of the people, if they know that they're going to score high enough to get into playoffs, will use their preliminary rounds to work on some of the shots that they might use in playoffs, rather than the easier ones that get a higher score in prelims.
And obviously the table comes into it as well, because even, you know, we're using 4 tables here. They can all play different as well. You just never know, do you?
Yep, and we know a shot that doesn't go on this table, on the streaming table already. So there's a kiss back shot that won't go on this table. So nobody's playing it.
I've only seen it attempted once.
Just missed that corner ball.
Keep those comments coming, guys. Any questions, don't forget. Direct them towards Stacey, please. So you think we're never going to see, in this tournament anyway, that the kiss shot, yeah?
Yeah, it's a double kiss back that you use a cue on the table. And you can actually cut it back. That's the original way that people used to shoot it on 9-footers, is you cut it back. But now players have realized that you can double kiss it back. So a lot of players play the double kiss back, but it's not going on this particular table for some reason, because you're at the first diamond and you're trying to cut that ball back 3 diamonds worth.
Ah, the one where the...
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that earlier on. No one got it.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it hasn't been hit on this table, so nobody's picking it. So there are certain ones that just, once you realize in practice rounds, can't go. And it is, some are table dependent. That one is one.
There you go. Inside information. And I'm going to ask you after this shot, I want to know all about your nickname, where it came from and what it means. All right?
Sure.
Is that okay?
That's all right.
Here we go then. 3rd attempt? Jason Lynch just destroying another table next to it. These poor tables.
Yeah.
They really go through it, especially in the jump masse, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you suspected, a shot that he doesn't really play that much.
It's funny because once you get used to seeing people at these tournaments, they kind of know what shots are being picked and what shots are being played. And that happens to be, I happen to have a little inside information with Tim, that happens to be a shot that he specifically worked on so that he could play it here, that nobody else was working on, like you said earlier.
Yeah. So tell us about this nickname then.
Yeah, so my very first tournament, I was the first woman to ever play with the men in trick shots. And so when I got to my first tournament, it was the U.S. Open in 2006. and got to the players meeting, and they told my husband at the time to go sit with the wives, which I thought that was wonderful. So we had to go sit with the wives. He was the only guy there, and they asked me if I had a nickname, and I said no. They're like, "Oh, do you want us to give you one?" And the wives all were shouting, "No, don't let them do that." And I was like, "That's fine. I don't care. Give me my nickname." Mike Massey stands up, all 6'4", glorious inches of him, and he goes, "She's the first lady of trick shots."
Brilliant. And I'm going to find out why in a minute. This shot I absolutely love.
Yeah.
The 3-2-1, 1-2-3.
I told you that Jamie was going to pull the shot.
You did,
3,
didn't
2,
you?
1. Mm-hmm.
So that's the one he's chosen. Let's see if he chose right. 3 first, but it must go in last. 2 second, must go in second. 1 must go in first. 2,
Look at this.
3, first time. Punches the air. What a great shot
Yeah.
from Jamie.
That's a great shot.
We knew this was the right match to have you in the booth because you know these so well.
Yep.
Now, how does...
It's funny because you watch these guys shoot this. Watch him shoot this. And I know this is in slow motion, but man, he's so steady and makes it look easy. And just...
Well, I'll tell you what, I haven't seen that shot played as cleanly. Great shot. First time. Well done. And there you see how difficult it is. If you just get one of them at the wrong speed,
Yep.
then it can set off panic in your brain, can't it? And then
Yes.
all of a sudden you look ooh,
Yeah.
scrambling around trying to get it right.
It's funny because like I have video of me shooting this shot, and it feels like you're panicking. Then you look at the video and you're like, "Oh, you're so cool." I'm like, "No, actually, inside I'm screaming."
Yeah, I described it as like the duck underwater. Oh, went the other side of the
Yeah.
2 ball there.
Yeah, it did. Went on the inside.
Yeah, Rob Peacock in the chat yesterday described it as the panic. He called it the panic shot.
Yeah. It just but some of these, man, they're smooth as butter.
Stay calm.
That's bad.
Keep your chin on the cue, Mr. Tim. Oh, he missed the 1 ball there. That is unusual.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a good pace too on the 3.
It's beautiful, wasn't it? It was perfect, apart from the accuracy on the 1 ball. So he will now choose the next shot, Tim. Now he's going to be hopefully picking one that... What do you reckon he's going to pick now? Have you got any idea?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I know some shots that I know that he wants to shoot, but I don't know what order he's going to pull them out. And it always depends. Are you ahead? Are you behind in points? So, like, are you going to pull that shot? Like, you're only going to pull that shot if you're ahead. You're only going to pull that shot if you're behind. Oh.
6-pointer, stun draw.
This is another one you can overdraw.
I actually like this shot.
Yep, me too.
It's a shot that comes up in rotation a lot, but obviously you don't want to
scratch.
but
you want to know where
to
the
get back
scratch
round.
is.
Yeah, you want to know where it is, of course, yeah. Feeling good about this one, though. Come on, Tim, get it in. Wow. That's unusual. We saw that once yesterday where the actual pot was missed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what would you be concentrating on here?
On here, I'd definitely be concentrating on not overdrawing it.
Well, he's underdrawn it twice now.
Yeah.
So needs to go a little bit lower.
A little bit lower. He's so precise with how he sets up his balls, too. Like, in his aim points. Because he's not, like I said, he's not your typical pool player. So his aim points are very interesting when you talk to him about how he's aiming up on the ball and how he sets his balls up. It's very cool.
Yeah, I suppose a shot like this, not being a rotation player, is one of the most difficult shots for him because he has to make the pot and he has to get the draw right as well.
Look at this.
Oh, yes.
There
Perfect.
it is.
Perfect. Third time. Well played.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny because that's a new shot that's been recently added into our book. And so I switched over to shooting this shot, and I was talking to him on the phone, I don't know, a few weeks ago about this shot. And we were talking about if you add like right or left to it, and if you're gonna, because like most of the time you're gonna miss to the long rail, so you want it to spin wide.
Spin wide, yeah.
Yeah.
So a bit of right.
Just a little bit.
You see, just the first shot sort of gives you that. It's like the first dart. You know when you're playing dart and you're throwing for the treble 20, one high, one low, one in the middle.
You got it.
Nearly made a little adjustment. Now just the third bit. This is his third dart.
Yep. It's funny because the first tournament that first tournament I was in, when I was practicing, I was playing on.
And went too far that
just
time,
a hair
made
too
too
far.
much adjustment.
I was playing on Gold Crown 3s, and went to the tournament, and they weren't on Gold Crowns. And I had never, my tables all played incredibly long, and so I always had to keep trying to make my shots short every time I missed
Just
it.
explain that, put that in simple
So, like,
terms
if
for first timer kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, so like if my cue ball was going around going around 3 rails, I would either miss to the short rail or the long rail. And then, like, let's say I was missing to the short rail consistently on a Gold Crown 3. I got out to the tournament, and all of a sudden I was missing to the long rail, and I never had to adjust backwards that way. So I didn't know the adjustment. So then I went back through the book after my first tournament, and I learned how to make things both long and short, depending on how the table runs.
Perfect explanation. Now, explain this. The zip shot sounds good.
It is. It's a great shot, and they've developed this really cool cheat where if you'll notice all the really good players take that on the graphic, the blue ball, they'll put it a balls without. See how he's placing that 5 ball?
Yeah.
And then he's gonna, he doesn't do it a ball out. You'll see a lot of players. Tim's gonna
Yeah,
put
I
it a
saw
ball
it
out.
earlier.
Yeah, he'll put it a balls without. And then the aim on the ball becomes pretty easy. I believe Caitlin Bongiorno hit this with a ball out.
Look.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
See?
You know, see, you know. You're so much better than Kevin, but don't tell him I told you.
Okay.
I may be muted, but I can still hear.
Oh, damn, I thought mute meant you couldn't hear. Oh, first time. In it goes. Great shot. So, come on, there's another story. A quick one about when you signed your first autograph. I mean, we were sat here trying to get ready for this show, and you kept signing autographs.
Oh, you're stuck. Yeah, so after I got given my nickname at that first tournament, a kid came up and wanted me to sign his pool shaft, and I was like, oh my goodness, I haven't even played in a tournament yet. And so Mike Massey, who had given me my nickname, stood over my shoulder and was like, okay, so this is how you do it. Write your name. So I wrote my name. We'll let Tim shoot.
Shh. Well, that's interesting. Remember, Jamie chose this shot, made it first time. $17-9 behind at the moment.
Yeah, that was interesting that he ran that ball straight into the point. That was an odd miss for him. If he misses, it'd normally be like the 9 ball right now.
So he hit a
Set
little
up.
thick, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Chris Woodrum.
Hey, Chris.
Ooh, we have a drum. Here we go.
There it is.
Oh, yes, nice. Look at it, it's still spinning.
Yeah.
Do you know my first, because I normally commentate on rotation.
Right.
I'm thinking, no, don't scratch.
Don't scratch.
Actually, it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah.
Of course, it
No,
doesn't
it doesn't.
matter.
As a matter of fact, whenever a cue ball follows another ball dead straight in the hole like that, well, like, you hit it too good. Like, you hit it so perfect, the cue ball followed it. It's kind of a badge of honor.
So come on, finish this story for us. We're
So-
dying to know the end of it. Come on.
So I'm signing my name, and so I signed Stacy Mendrick. And so Mike looks over at me and goes, "Yep, you need to put your nickname in there too." And I'm like, "The whole thing?" I'm like, because now I realize that that nickname is really long to put on anything, to sign it on anything. So then I sign First Lady of Trick Shots. I think I'm done. I'm not done. Mike's like, "No, you got to date it." I was like practically at the tip by this point.
Why don't you just put FLOTS?
Yeah, see, I should have.
It's a good job you're a trick shot champion and not a pool champion, because it would have said flops.
Right. When you've got Mike Massey over your shoulder, who has been like, you're watching him on TV, and now you're like shooting in a competition with him. I have another later. I have another good Mike Massey story from my first competition.
We love him.
Too.
Meanwhile, the speedy skater, worth 9 points, chosen by the man on your screens, Tim the Dragon Chin. 2 points behind at the moment. Long way to go. Each player choosing a shot from each of the different categories.
This particular shot was developed by Spitball Charlie Darling for Trick Shot Magic.
One of my favourite shots. I love this.
Yeah, this is a great shot.
Most players use 2 cues though. Oh, Mr. Temple. I think he was doing that yesterday from memory. I think we saw him miss
Yep,
the
he did.
actual pot 3 times. I think
3
we saw him
times.
miss it 3 times, yeah. So just so you know, guys, got to make the 10 ball here. The cue ball round the rails, hit the cue. 9 ball will be over the side pocket, and he has to make the 9 in the side after he uses it as a hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the 1 ball over the side, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
same difference. This time makes it.
Yeah.
Has he got the cue in the right position? It looks good to me. It looks good. 8 points.
Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of people shoot that shot with 2. I struggle with that shot because I'm so short. If you notice where they're putting the balls, it's up close to the side pockets. Well, I'm only 5'2", and on a high diamond table that's sitting a little high, that's beyond my really good hard
I
stroke
think
range.
you raised the floor. Have you heard about raise the floor?
But not on a stroke shot like this.
Oh, you can't?
No, you
Oh,
can.
that's not fair.
Well, you can, but your stance, like, you'd have to be a really long raise the floor. It'd have to be like a big, huge 2x4 or something you're stepping on. But so, actually, Tim adjusted that shot for me. He figured out how to shoot it so I could shoot it from the side rail.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so he was instrumental with me being able to make that shot.
I mean, I'm not the tallest of guys. I normally wear a pair of high heels when I'm playing that shot.
Yeah.
I cheat a little bit. Put my Jimmy Choos on.
I'm telling you what, I wear platforms when I shoot for this because, like, I wear platform heels because it makes me taller.
Absolutely.
So, absolutely, yeah.
Use whatever you can.
Yep.
Now, look, 2 cues he's using. 3 if you include the one he's going to hit it with. So, can he jump back into the lead? Really does need to get that vest dry cleaned. Straight in. Has he got the angles right? How's it looking? How's it
It looks
looking?
good.
Oh, arms raised in the air. Whoa, look at that. He's making a statement here.
Yep.
Mr. Happy jumps back into the lead by 3, 26-23. This is great stuff. If you're wondering who's in the booth, it's Stacey Mendrick, the First Lady of Pool. There you go. Right. It's great, this. It's like, do as we say, and then straight away it comes up, you see?
He's
How
magic.
nice is he? He's great, isn't he?
Yeah, he's magic.
Kevin Ross, of course, and Shari. We have to mention his wife, who's on one of the cameras. She's on that camera that you're watching there, look. Comes round, look at Jamie. Yes, open them arms up, Jamie, you earned it. Come on. Yes. I just want to smile every time I see him.
I know.
What's coming next?
Oh, it's this. Actually.
Wow, look at this. I couldn't even draw that, let alone play it.
Yeah, 2mm draw shots are tough.
Wow. Lots of right-hand English, I'm guessing, on this. And draw.
Yeah, slides. Actually, when you slow this down, it's a good hit. A lot of pool players will assume that this is actually a double hit. It's not. We've seen it slowed down on good like real good slow-mo cameras. And it's a good hit. Contact's only once.
I've got a question. Do you own a 2mm spacer?
I do not. But
you need to get yourself one. Brian Pauley's got lots of them.
I'm telling you what, I know exactly what 2mm looks like now because of pool.
So a little tap on the 5 just to make sure it stays where it should. Now he's going to look at that. Look at the concentration. How long does it actually take you to learn a shot?
Really, it depends on the shot. I mean, like, setup shots are pretty easy once you learn the trick to the setup, because there's a trick, right? Always for setup shots, either where you're hitting it from or how they're actually physically set up. Those are easy. Once it involves something like this, it's a lot harder. You have to learn how to be. Caitlin Bongiorno knows and hates this saying a lot, but you have to be quick to the ball. Got to be quick to the cue ball. And some can take years. Some players haven't learned shots.
Oh, it looks good to me. Oh, just missed that rack.
Missed.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, it was.
I'll tell you what, he really has come out swinging, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like, for instance, I still don't own a circular draw shot, so that's taken me my whole life.
We haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen that, and we've only seen through the gate, or through the window, sorry. We've only seen that once as well. They're my two favourite shots.
That's my favorite shot. I love through the window. Someone asked me once to post a video of how to set it up and how to hit it, and I did it in a minute.
Really?
Yeah.
The wonder of YouTuber and all stuff like that. But it does help you now, doesn't it? Because you can see things straight away now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, a bit sounded like a miscue, but it was a brilliant shot. Oh, no. Well, what is that? An adjustment on the rack, surely?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So he's going to come round and adjust that rack slightly. Oh, Jamie. We saw earlier where a misaligned cue ball.
The rack actually wasn't misaligned. The cue ball actually banked into the rack and came off the rack. So it didn't slide down the rack.
It didn't slide down it.
So I bet you it was probably set up pretty good. That's why a lot of people miss that previous shot that we just saw with the cues on the table. Sometimes the cue ball bounces off those cues. Yeah,
I remember the last tournament that we were commentating on, Kevin and I, the Nationals, and they were hitting a different part of they were hitting too near the butt.
Yes.
So it was bouncing and then going off at a different angle rather than sliding up the shaft of the...
Yeah.
We discovered that maybe halfway down was a good place to hit those cues.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because both Caitlin and I have had great success with only one cue on that shot, where you see a lot of people using the two cues. But we noticed when we were using the two cues that it was like the cue would hit it, and instead of absorbing it, it would bounce off the second cue. So that's why we only use one cue.
I thought that would act as like a shock absorber for it.
No, because like if you've got the two ends of the cues that are going into the rubber rail, that's what absorbs it. But if you have another stiff object back there, it'll like hit and it'll like kind of like rattle. So, I don't know. It
I
works for
love
us.
having you in here. So, next attempt then.
Are you available for all of our trick shot tournaments, Stacy?
Yes, I can be.
Oh,
he missed the rack again.
the rack then.
I think Tim likes this shot though, so we might see a make here.
I think maybe, you know, if you start competing again, which I know you want to, don't you?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
When's your next event going to be, do you think?
The next one, because I was actually pretty prepared for this one, and just some things went awry. Not a big deal, but and I'm here, so like I had a non-refundable plane ticket. that tells you something about it. However, the next one, I'm definitely going to be shooting in the next one. Because there's a couple things. So like I've done a lot of firsts and broken a lot of glass ceilings for women in this particular genre of pool. So I was the first woman to shoot with them. I was the first woman to get elected to the board. I was the first female chairman of, and I
Chairwoman.
Chairwoman, yeah, of the tour.
Chairperson.
Yeah, chairperson. There you go. And so there's a couple things that have never been done by a woman in this sport. One has been nobody's hit circular draw. I want to be the first girl to do that in competition. I want to be the first girl to hit a perfect discipline, which for me would have been jumps. so it's interesting that Abram hit perfect on jumps.
Don't forget your platforms. But
Yeah.
go on, carry on.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, go on.
But I definitely like for me the jump category is the best one. So I want to hit a perfect discipline.
Did I just see Jason Lynch come and steal
The 2
his
millimeter.
2mm spacer?
Cool. Yeah.
So he's going the opposite way, of course. Same shot, but different side. So it'll be right hand English, low. This looks good.
This look.
Oh, but the 3 ball looked very high from here.
It should have. Yeah.
Wasn't it?
It was
Oh, I want to see that again.
Yeah, it was like a little bit down table.
It looked like a hard shot if you could play it straight in, never mind.
Yeah. It caught that first point.
I think it's even there a little bit more again. Look.
Yeah. He should have put it maybe more towards the center of the pocket.
Because he would have made it.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have hit more of it.
Yeah, he would have definitely hit more of it.
Oh, he wants the spacer back. There he is. Did he just throw it?
Probably.
Good
That's
job they're
Jason.
recovering
Yeah.
these tables.
What's interesting, I think these are the spacers that Tim made. So when I told you he went to MIT.
Yeah.
And so he
So what
used,
is MIT? I don't know what MIT is, and nor do
a
probably anyone outside America.
Massachusetts Institute of Technology. It's a very good engineering
I've
school
heard
in
of
the United
MIT, but I've never known what it is.
States. Yeah, so
I think I've had it a couple of times, actually. Go on. This time.
Come on. There it is.
Yes, perfect. Great shot.
But second time. I think that was the second attempt.
Yeah, a
for
second
that.
time, yeah. Second attempt.
I think he used the materials lab to make those 2mm things. So I believe that they're.
So they're actually owned by MIT then?
Yeah. Yeah. Shh. We won't let. Yeah, they probably are.
Thank you, taxpayers of America.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Oh.
Oh, the one-handed jump.
One-handed jumps out of the rack.
The 6-pack.
Actually, I could never hit this shot until my cue sponsors, Danny Spates, made me a jump cue.
I used to have a 6-pack until I started drinking them, and then it all disappeared. It all went wrong.
So you want to know what the trick is to hitting this shot?
Don't hit the rack.
Yeah, maybe. Putting your hand in their pocket.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people with them on their hip as well.
Yep.
Different way, different time.
No
Somebody
lie.
I know does it with their hand on their thigh.
you have to steady that other hand. If you put it in your pocket, I promise you can make one-handed jumps. I don't know what it is about it. It's just, it's making your body still, really. But yeah, normally when people are struggling with one-handed jumps,
There it
like,
goes, hand in the pocket. Find the balance in place on that jump cue. And I think a nice rhythm here is good.
yeah, you don't want to overthink it.
No, exactly. Just keep going. Keep that rhythm going. Go on. Get in there, Tim. In it goes. Brilliant. Second attempt.
You'll notice something interesting about the way he shoots this compared to everybody else. They pull the rack back. He puts the rack out on the table. Everybody else, well, except for Brian Pauly, I think, they have the rack against the rail.
Yeah.
I must admit, I shoot it that way too.
Job well done. Turns away. He's quite a calm character, isn't he, Mr.
He's
Mr.
very
Chin?
stoic. Yeah.
Yeah, look, straight at the back.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, like, I tried it to bring the rack out, and I'm like, yep, nope. I can't do that. It's too much of a reach for me. But, oh, there's Will on this. Hi, Will.
I met Will in Michigan. Will DeYonka. What a great name that is.
Yeah. He's just an amazing guy. He did great things for our sport. He doesn't play with us anymore, and I miss you, Will. But, yeah.
He was actually doing a show in Michigan on the show table.
Yeah.
Come and done a little show. He had a head mic and all that. He's quite the character, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He knew every shot. It's funny, Chris Woodrum just said that he learned how to play this shot, alternating hands. And I remember that.
See, he hasn't got his hand in his pocket. Look, he caught the rack first time. Get your hand in your pocket.
See?
I was always told to get my hands out of my pockets.
I know, right?
What happened there? I didn't see that.
He nipped the rack. You can hear it.
Get a smaller rack. Get a lower rack. Do they have to be a certain size?
Just get a wooden rack. You wouldn't hear it. No, I'm just kidding.
How about a template rack, an Accu rack?
There you go.
Good idea. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Unusual to see a little bit of frustration from Jamie.
Yeah. But it was frustration with a smile. So even when he's frustrated, he's smiling. Yeah, it's interesting because, like, jumping a ball out of a rack, you know, so it's like these particular racks are basically a half ball jump. So when you're teaching someone to jump, you put that rack right up against the rail. Well, first you jump them over a shaft, and then you bring in the rack, and you jump a ball out of a rack, because that's a half ball jump. And then there's something about teaching pool skills through trick shots because you're making something magical. And then they remember that, oh, you want to learn how to draw? Here, hit this ball, draw back, and make this ball.
You should use the new Predator rack. That's really low. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have. Yeah. There
you go. I'm Stacey Mendrick, and who are you?
I'm Mark White. I wish I could even attempt to imitate your accent.
Well, I love yours as well. Please go and like and subscribe, because this is how we get to do all these great things for free.
Oh, yeah, no, this is absolutely magical. The setup is amazing. The graphics, everything about it.
It's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's super impressive.
And the room here, of course, the league room, is just amazing. I keep discovering new rooms.
I know.
It shouldn't be called the league room. It should be called the everything room, because there's everything in here. There's pinballs, push things. There's axe. I went in through a couple.
Throwing. You did?
Yeah, I was good as that. Well, we'll go afterwards, but it's not open. But we'll go anyway.
Okay, good deal.
There's proof on my Facebook that I actually tried it, but I didn't get the axes to stick.
Oh, jump masse.
Oh.
Fantastic shot.
9-pointer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he needs them, doesn't he, Jamie? If he makes this first time, it'll put him level, will it?
He's probably using Abram Diaz's Mass AQ is
Has
my
he risen
guess.
the floor? He's risen the
Yes.
floor. He's put his high heels on. Oh, yes, he's got it first
he's
time.
got it.
In it goes. Get in there.
There you go.
Oh, look at that. Great shot. Where's he off to?
To give back his cue to Abram.
Oh, is that Abraham's?
Yeah, that's
Oh, he's
Abraham's
used
cue.
it again, has he?
Yeah. Yep. So it's a really light cue. And
Why doesn't he just go, oh, this is the one where he takes the weight out of it.
Yes.
We saw that on the stream earlier. He actually unscrewed it and
Correct.
took the weight out.
Yep. It's so they're actually doing this. That's 12 ounces, which for a Mass AQ is
Wow,
like
that's
insane.
light. That's
Way
ridiculous. I had a
Yep.
shot with Venom's one.
Yeah.
It was like 25.
Yeah, mine's
pounds.
26. Yeah.
Might even have been 27. I can't remember. But I could barely lift it.
Come back.
Oh, look at that. Wow, this is great. This is great. Great stuff. Toe to toe. Chin to chin.
So the trick to the jump Mass A, believe it or not, is a higher bridge. So,
Look at that.
yeah, that was
Didn't hardly touch the rail
I know,
even.
didn't
or
even need the rack.
Didn't even need the rack.
No.
He didn't need a rack or a rail.
Yeah.
The no rack, no rail. Jump out the triangle shot.
Yeah.
Doesn't flow off the tongue like that one does. Now, what's he got here? 3 pieces of chalk. What's he going to do here?
Oh, I know what he's doing. We haven't seen the pinball. Well,
Graffiti?
it's the pinball
Oh,
shot.
the open the gate thing?
No, pinball.
Oh,
Rail chain reaction. I don't know. We call it pinball, but yeah. So it's pretty cool, and it's actually the way it's like the requirements of this shot. It's much easier to come up into that third diamond past the blue ball.
I've never seen this shot.
Oh, this is great.
Well, we've got a pinball. We said about
Yeah.
hatchets and everything. We've got a pinball machine next to us.
Yeah, so the brown ball, yellow ball, and red ball are up on chalk. And then attached to that are the other balls. And so you make a ball into the corner and run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rails, possibly 6, come into this ball, and they go doink, 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 doink into the corner pocket.
Like a domino effect kind
Yeah.
of thing, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. I've never actually seen this shot.
Actually, I think the pinball is a different shot. I think I've just misnamed that. I'm horrible with the names of shots. But anyway, yeah.
Now you've ruined my
Yeah,
next
I've ruined
joke.
you. I'm sorry.
You've ruined my next joke. Is he going to be a pinball wizard?
See, I'm sorry.
But, as the song says, there has to be a twist, and there is. The twist is it's not called the pinball shot.
Oh, my goodness.
What are you like? Right, here we go. 6 rails, is it?
Mostly 5, but it can be 6. Looks, yeah,
Oh, it's a bit short.
it is a bit short. That's the hard adjustment with this, because like in order to get it to go, a lot of times you got to be by that side pocket.
You need
You're
to get right
flirting.
close to
Yeah.
it, don't you?
Man, you're flirting with
With
it.
points, with the points, and of course, yeah. So what's the... Well, he's just a judgment, right?
Yeah, it's an aim. So I mean, like he's gonna set it up exactly the same, and then he's gonna aim his cue ball in a different spot. So I normally aim at that third diamond.
Could he go a bit... Has he got to come a bit higher?
Well, I don't think he'll adjust with English. I think he's only going to adjust his aim.
Okay. So a bit thinner.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah. Is that right? Let's see what he does. There. Exactly
Yeah.
what you just said. Flirting
Yeah.
with the side pocket. You're good.
Well, no, I'm really good at missing them, so I know how people can miss them.
Yeah, but now, at least you know where you've missed it. Now you make the adjustment, right? So
Yep,
he's
it's right
made the
between there.
adjustment, but he's gone too far.
Correct.
People say that's what I always do.
Go too far?
Yeah. Are you enjoying this in the chat, guys? We're having a ball in the booth.
Yes, we are. All right, 3rd and 10.
Perfect.
That looks good.
Perfect.
Oh, look at this.
Perfect. Oh, brilliant. As soon as that came off of that part, just before the side pocket, it was on.
Yeah, you knew. That's how we know if we're going to make it. We don't even have to, like, run the rest of the shot. Like, how close it gets to that side pocket, you know you've made it.
I just start strolling around the table.
Right.
Yeah,
Actually, I have one posted of me doing that.
Have you?
Yes, I do.
As we watch it again, look at this. Look, he knew it, he knew it, he knew it, he knew it. Look at this. Plop, plop. Get in there, 3. Thank you very much. Good night. So Jamie, he's going to play the same shot. And this is kind of like the other shot where we saw the stun draw, you know, where
Yes.
you're making the 9 over the pocket. So this is what the shot we were talking about, like a rotation shot, where you want to miss.
Correct.
Now you're playing to miss that.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And it's interesting. They, this is a pretty risky shot personally for Tim to have pulled, because this is a very table dependent shot. How the rails are playing. I mean, like, you're going 5 rails, so each table's definitely going to play this slightly different.
And
so to be able to hit it in 3 is impressive.
Yeah. So, and that brings me to the next point is when you've chosen it, you've gone first, and now really you've given your opponent 3
more attempts.
Looks. Yeah, 3 more attempts, because now they're reading the table.
Correct.
To see where it's going. Is it going long, short?
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting. The strategy of this game is great, and the skill is just off the scale.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like, and it's you know, I mean, like, there's a lot of people that, you know, say trick shots or whatever, but let me tell you something. We get a lot of respect from a lot of the pro 9-ball players and things like that. They know how hard some of these shots are, and all you have to do is come up and try one.
Well, I'll tell you what I've noticed. I'll tell you what I've noticed at the Pro Billiard Series that we're doing now. We always have like a booth table as well, where players can come and just practice and just play on the new tables that they've never played on, get to play on a pro table.
Absolutely.
And then we normally have a trick shot guy there, maybe it's Dr. Q or somebody like that comes along. And now we're starting to see the pros coming and having a go at these trick shots, and they're getting into it. So hopefully soon, if we can just attract a couple of them to it and give it more.
Yeah, more visibility.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. We get a lot of, because I don't have a table at home, so Caitlin and I practice in a pool hall.
Watch that cue ball just before the side pocket, just after it, and he missed the ball anyway. Wow.
But they, so we get a lot of people that come up and ask us, like, oh, can I try it? And it's great. You know, like, it's one of my favorite things, being sponsored out of a pool hall. That is kind of cool, because you get to teach so much. And you get, every once in a while, like Alex Calderon will come over and be like, can I try that? And he's a great
Is that how he talks?
player.
Is it? Was you doing an impression of him?
And then he'll try, and he'll take like 5 or 6 swings, and either he gets it or he's like, wow, this is really hard. He's like, I'm impressed.
That's good.
Yeah.
Bit long.
Little short.
Short, sorry, yeah. Only a fraction though, but it just shows you, and the speed, it was really hard, a lot harder as well, so it didn't give
it could have
time
gotten
to widen
longer.
a little bit,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm getting the hang of this now, I love it.
You are.
Oh, look at that. Quite close, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the other things, of course, about this sport is not a lot of room owners want people practicing this kind of thing on their table, you know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the only thing that lets it down. I think we need a trick shot table in every single pool room.
Yeah. And you could just dedicate it. And, you know, I mean, like, there's a lot of trick shot artists that, like, Billy knows that, like, you know, if need be, and I need to do messages, I'll recloth the table. You know, like, it's fine. Like, if you give me the practice room. But we do run into that. But a lot of these shots don't do damage to the table. This one doesn't.
No, this one doesn't, no. It's only the jumps and massages, isn't it? Well, unfortunately, Tim chose the right shot there.
Yeah, he did.
He made it. Jamie didn't. So he's got to bite the bullet and move on to the next shot.
Yeah, a lot of the jumps though, you'd be surprised. Like, they don't
The
do
long
too
jumps
much.
they don't do much, do they? Because you
don't
can
do
jump
much.
in pool rooms anyway,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of times, and like once you learn how to jump, I think most of the damage from jumping comes from either close, like within a ball, because there's a possibility of hitting the cloth and you're hitting with a lot more power and a lot more vertical,
Yeah.
right? But it's learning. And so when you're learning how to jump, sometimes your Q-tip goes into the cloth. It really shouldn't on jumps though.
I've got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you know these trick motorcycle guys that jump off ramps and go out, and I
Yeah.
always thought, how do they learn? Well, some of them, they go into a sponge pit.
Yeah.
So is
Yeah.
there not like an equivalent where you could practice on a different kind of surface that, make a table that is more receptive? Is there like a cloth you could make that won't spoil but still gives the same reaction kind of thing?
Yes.
To allow, because it's chicken and egg. How do you get better if you can't practice? Well, you can't practice because rooms don't want you to.
Correct. Yeah. So just like with messages, you can put a cloth down and you can protect the table from learning how to jump. And
I like these ones.
me
It's like
too.
playing English billiards on the move, this is. English billiards in motion.
Notice he's going to take his other two because he's getting a feel for it.
Yeah, so the ball must pass the chalk before you strike. It must be passed there before
Correct.
you hit it, right? Like now. Wow, 3 attempts.
3 balls, 3 attempts each.
Yeah. Well, needs a bit more top on it to throw it. Or he can wait until it goes
Actually-
further and draw, right?
Actually, I shoot this with a draw.
Do you?
I do.
So you leave it later and draw it rather than play it earlier and
Yep.
and
And I
top
like
it.
I like to draw it over because this is all timing.
Like that.
Yep.
One.
So he's got 1. Right.
Last 3 balls coming up.
Guaranteed 1 though. Oh, that was close.
We used to play these on snooker tables, but actually make the ball rather than we used to play
Right.
both, but try
Yeah.
and make the ball as well. This is like a reverse, you call
Yeah.
it, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice shot.
Nice.
One more to go.
Yep. He's got 1 more.
Yep.
He can make it 2.
Come on, Jamie. Oh,
They're tough. They're. No, 3 points. This is a relatively new shot. So, wing shots where you're throwing the object ball and you're hitting it with the cue ball down. That's been around for a really long time. They could be called carom wing shots. I like calling them reverse wing shots because I'm weird. So
yeah.
I like
I wondered
them.
why but they are called reverse wing shots, aren't they?
I don't know if they're actually called that.
Yeah, it's called
Oh,
the
they are.
reverse wing shot. Yeah.
See, there we go.
Wow, he drew that.
See, he shoots them with draw too.
Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier, actually.
But
I
is
was
that
like,
not harder to do when you're because it's harder to draw anyway a still ball, let alone a rolling ball.
I guess, but it's really it's all timing and rhythm. This isn't. You don't have to aim. You just have to know you're hitting the cue ball or here the object ball.
Yeah.
In the same spot.
Yeah. Like oh, that was close. Excuse me.
I think Tim likes these shots though. This particular shot, so. So that hit the short rail. So he's actually hitting a little
I
bit.
hate all wing shots, says Caitlin.
Yes, she does.
Oh, that's a nice one, straight in the middle. Good
Yeah.
shot.
So he's tied to Jamie right now. Now he can go in front if he can make 2 of these 3. So every time I go and get on a table to play trick shots, I warm up with this.
I was going to say, this looks like a good
Yep.
warm-up shot to get your arm going, to get your stroke going,
Yeah, I
right?
do 3 racks of them.
Do you?
I do 3 racks of regular wing shots and 3 racks of reverse wing shots now. And because it's just, it gets you in a rhythm.
So did he make 3 points that time?
Yes, he did. They both made 3 points.
What would we do without you, Stacey? So let's have a look what the next choice is. Up comes a graphic. Got to say thanks to Tim Gallagher for... Oh!
The kiss back follow shot. This is so hard. I remember this used to be in the shot book. Got taken out, got put back in, got taken out, got put back in.
Why would a shot get taken out of interest?
A lot of times it's because players aren't picking it. And so people, it's getting no viewership, and we do like fans, and we'd like people to watch. And so if people aren't picking it, people aren't playing it, why have it in the book? So sometimes...
We should do a favourite shot.
Yeah. So...
Little competition, shouldn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go then. Oh, so he's trying to go onto the 5 and then cube will spin back and make
Correct.
the 8.
Mm-hmm. And actually, stuff like this, like even though it doesn't seem like it's very pool related, this could easily be pool related, and it's why I'm not super successful at pool is because I'll see shots like this and be like, oh, this is a trick shot, and I'll try it instead of playing the correct shot. I'll be like, watch this. Kind of a hold my beer moment.
Yeah. We'll have a beer later.
Okay.
I
There
like
it
that.
is.
There it is, he says, and there it was. And there he goes, back to his chair, feeling much better. Jamie having a little smile as well. That's what I love about you guys. You're just all so friendly with each other.
Yeah. So, back in the day, and they've done it some recently, but Tom Rossman and Mike Massey would get everybody involved in a game called Pig. And it's just like horse, and you could hop on the table, and it was normally like the first night when you get to a room and you're trying out the tables, and the tournament starts the next day. And you pick a shot. If you make it or miss it, that's just like horse in basketball, right? So if you miss, you get a letter.
Oh, and that's cheating, Jamie.
You forgot about the other ball.
Yeah, it just came off the edge of the...
See, you can
the
tell
one
he's a
ball,
pool
didn't
player.
it? Yeah.
He's like,
He scratched.
he's like, oh, you want me to make this ball? Okay. But they would, so it was interesting. So you had players that would like pull up any shot that they wanted in the world, and then all the rest of the players would have to imitate it. And if you couldn't imitate it, you got P. And then you'd be like rotated out. Yeah. And so like if you got G, you were out. And then it would be last man standing. And it was just some fun things that they all just do just to at tournaments.
You see
Some
in
of the most
background?
inventive things.
Sorry to interrupt you. I was just going
yeah.
to mention the Michigan kid there setting up another ball, another shot. Here we go. Back with Jamie Moody. He's hitting it too thin, isn't he?
Yeah.
He needs to double kiss off it more.
Correct.
Kiss off it.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Hit
it
it
is.
a bit fatter, as they say.
Mm-hmm. That was definitely a little bit fatter. We'll see if we,
Yeah. Now,
if he makes a little more of an adjustment.
yeah. Just
Oh,
slightly
see,
more.
yeah, in the background, Michigan kid doing circular draw.
Oh, yes. Oh, we missed it. Here we go.
Yep, there
Let's
we go.
watch this circular draw. Here it comes. Oh, close. I want to see through the window and circular draw, please, you guys. Oh, unlucky.
that was a great adjustment, though.
It was.
It's a shame it didn't go, but yeah, definitely he was getting there.
So no points. Nil point for Jamie there. Tim the Dragon Chin, 61. And there's our sponsors. Thanks so much, guys. There's Dr. Q Promotions, Navigator, Balance Billiards, Digital Pool, of course, Jacoby, and these Dynasphere balls and Championship Billiard Fabric.
Yeah, Troy, I believe, is also sponsored. One of our players is sponsored by Navigator also, who couldn't make it out. I believe he had surgery on one of his shoulders, but he's on the feed.
Yeah, he was in the chat. I just saw that name pop up. Troy. Hi, Troy. You're speaking about, we go back to, look, just showing off.
Just showing off. This is the
Sounds like
first
a
shot I
for
ever
me.
made.
Now, is this is the shot that was done by Steve Miserak.
Correct.
In a very famous
Miller Lite
adult.
commercial.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to say that?
No, I
Oh, I'm
always
sorry.
mess up as well.
Sorry.
I think we have to say adult beverage or something like that.
All right,
But
yeah.
you can say what you want. We can say beer.
Yeah. Yeah, in the commercial, he hits it and then picks the drink up for when you're just showing off, and forever named after that. This is a great shot. I love, because yes, it's got the 3-railer component shot to it, but this is a shot you can set up without the 3-rail component because it's a pure setup shot, and you could have somebody that's mildly interested in pool and just hit it and it goes.
Well, this is the sort of thing where if you're out playing an exhibition, you'd
Yeah.
pull a kid out of the audience and say, right, come on, just
Absolutely.
hit it there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this, look at this. It's Miller time.
Oh
No,
my
it's not Miller time.
Oh my goodness gracious.
What a great shot.
Yep, that was a great shot. But it is, and you'll
But it
see.
looks so impressive,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
it
But as you say,
does.
it's in the setup, right?
Oh, it's
Is that a
just-
little bit of a cheat, that one? Is it?
Yeah, a little bit. They
Could I make that?
yes, you can.
Are you saying I'm no good? Look at that. Absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
Whoa. Big roar. Fist pump. Oh, yeah. So explain the setup for this while we're going through it then. What's he doing? What's the plan here?
Yeah, so the ball he's about to place right now along his cue stick, that's got to be up table, because as you throw a ball, any combination, any balls that are touching each other will first roll to the side and then release. So this ball has to be headed up table towards the long rail. So it's on the point. And then 2 balls straight out. And that set up the 5 and the 14.
Yeah.
That moves depending on the player. So depending on how you hit this, the setup is different player to player.
Okay. Yeah, look, you mentioned that 5 ball. Are you a psychic as well?
Yeah.
Tell me, will I ever be any good at this game? I mean, commentating, not playing. It's Moody time, says Mike.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, there you see, look.
Yep. See, he's got it pointing up table. What's interesting about this is like counterintuitive. Because the 5 ball didn't go, you actually move those 3 balls up table from where he's hitting. So that they're closer to the other 2 balls. You would think that would crowd it out, and it doesn't. It actually makes that ball drop then. So it's counterintuitive. Most people move those 3 ball combinations
I was
down.
just going to say, move them down a
Nope.
bit.
That makes it worse. You'll keep missing worse and worse. You move it up.
Oh.
So notice how the 1-6 is now more in the middle of the pocket.
Yes. Like that. No.
Oh, he got kissed out by the 8.
Oh. Well, could be a slight change here then. Jamie made it first time, maximum points. I forget how many points it was for now, this particular shot.
Yeah, I cannot make this ball the way that they set this up, those 2 balls up table. They set them a ball without. Caitlin does too, and I have to have mine closer to the side pocket.
It reminds me of a little story you told me yesterday about Tim when he was talking about a shot, and you said You gave him some advice about something, and he said, "Oh, thank you very much. You told me the wrong way. You realised what I was doing wrong, or something like that." Was it? You can tell that story yourself in a minute. So third and final attempt. Has he adjusted? He's moved them even further, look.
And he made the three-railer. That's the hardest part of that shot.
So no points then. So come on, tell us that little story. Was it about Tim, wasn't it? Was it about Tim?
Which story? I don't remember
He called you, or you called him. You were giving somebody some advice, and he said, "Oh, thanks for that. You've just made me play it the wrong way instead
the
of
wrong way instead of the right." I don't remember, but that
I
sounds
don't,
like me.
yeah.
That could be.
It was a funny story. I can't believe you can't
Sorry.
remember it. Oh,
I'm full of funny stories, Mark.
that's why you're going to be back. You got yourself a new position. Believe me.
Now I'm getting up there in age. I can't remember this story for the life of me. Like, you sure it was me?
7-2D, did he say? They're in control of that anyway. We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, no, I don't. And, players will come up to me and be like, 7C. And I'll be like, no, I don't. What is it? I don't memorize the numbers. I'm horrific. Oh, I like this shot.
Oh yeah, I like this one as well.
I know why he's picking this. So he did jump in Massey with Jamie. They were on the same table, and Jamie missed us 3 times.
Ah, ooh, that's evil.
Mm-hmm, it is.
The evil Mr. Chin.
Yeah, right.
Sounds like a movie.
It does. First try.
First time. Good choice.
Yep.
And now, Tim, will he remember the 3 misses that he made earlier on?
You mean Jamie?
Sorry, Jamie. Who did I say?
Tim.
I'm terrible.
Speaking
I'm
of old
sorry.
age.
I'm
No, I'm just
terrible with
kidding.
names, Cheryl. I'm terrible. You see a real range of different jump cues as we see the replay.
Yes.
That was perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really well controlled.
Just touched the rail.
It's interesting because, placement of the 2 balls is key here. Because you can either jump over a full ball, or you can jump over 3/4 of the ball if you aim it between the 2 balls.
I see, yes.
Yeah, so you can be pretty tricky in setting this up.
So where will he be looking to go? Between the 2
5
and
and
the
14.
5 and the 14?
I think so.
Okay.
No, maybe the 2 and 5. Yeah, 2 and 5.
First time.
First try, look at that.
Wow, well, no thoughts of the 3 misses that he made earlier.
No, I guess not.
Straight in. Well, there you go, Tim Chin.
Those-
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Those 3 misses were just a warm-up for here. Yes, he did go through
Yeah.
the 2-5. Yeah, he sets his further out. So it gets a little confusing at this point when you're in playoffs because they rotate who goes first, who picks first. So, the real neat thing is that they just go, they talk to each other, they talk it out, figure out, where they are in the program. And then, I imagine people watching can get confused too about what shots are left when it becomes mathematically improbable to win or impossible to win.
Especially when we're commentating,
Yeah,
because
I know.
we haven't mentioned the score or what shot we're on once, other than what's coming up.
Yeah.
I'm sure Kevin's keeping control of things. Are you still there, Kevin? He can't hear us, look.
Oh yeah, he took off his step. See, he's done with us.
He's had enough. He doesn't want to listen to this.
Yeah, no.
Hopefully we've still got some viewers. Byron Ledesma, that's a new
Yeah,
name.
I
I haven't seen that in the chat before. Where are you watching us from? Brian? Was it Brian? I've forgotten it
Byron.
already. I'm terrible, honestly. So next up,
Massey.
down the alley. Oh, yeah, I love this one. Deep draw.
Yeah.
Deep draw. Lots and lots of right-hand English and spin it over, hit that cue and make the 9. Or 1, whatever he's using. What's he using? Nothing at the moment. See, I'm not sure how many rounds we've had. I should be just ticking this list off, really, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
I haven't got a pen. I haven't got a pen. Unlike,
There's your excuse.
I bet you carry one with you, don't you?
No.
I was just going to say, can I have your autograph and then steal your pen?
Yeah, the league room that is where this is being held. Go back to that for a second. This room is just absolutely amazing. I am so impressed with this room, the way that it's laid out, how they're letting us beat up the tables. Even most rooms require cloths for massages and things like this, and they're like, no, go ahead, do your thing. And the room is just gorgeous. It's great. It's a great, great place. Can't wait to come back and actually play an event here.
Yeah, I can't wait to come back as well. And look, I've just noticed, well, I haven't just noticed it, but now I realise why there's carpet halfway up the wall, because so many balls go flying off, you can't damage the walls, can you?
Yeah,
And all the balls.
Yeah, or the balls, yeah.
It's like having one of them diamond ball cleaners, like every time it hits the carpet, because that's what they have in them, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
It's an automatic ball cleaner.
You'll see an interesting setup difference between these two players, I believe. I believe Jamie is going to put these balls, well, I might be wrong here, but there are some players that move it off the rail.
Yeah, and they draw straight back up. Yeah, move it out.
Yeah, they move it off the rail.
Yeah, we saw Jason do that yesterday. I believe it was Jason. Have you seen any of the French guy playing? Maxence?
Yeah.
Delartre?
Yeah, he's quick. He's going to, on speed shots, man, he is fast.
Yeah, I was watching his YouTube channel earlier today. I couldn't sleep. Somebody was snoring. I forget who it was. But yeah, watched him on his YouTube channel. He was brilliant. Oh, yeah, this looks great. This looks fantastic. First time. Get in there, Moody.
Look at that.
Woo!
Nice shot. Very nice shot.
Well, Troy just mentioned in chat, he said, well, this is a hanger
Yeah.
for Jamie, and he proved it to be a hanger. Great shot. Let's have another look at this.
Yeah, some of the shots here,
Lots of draw, right hand.
they're power draws, and this is a power draw.
Absolutely gorgeous shot
Almost
to watch.
made that 1.
Beauty. Look at that. Like a firework, like the 4th of July, that vest.
Mm-hmm.
Look how close it is now, down to 5 points
Yeah.
difference. Of course, Tim, though, still has his 3 attempts at this.
Ric Flair in the house. Yeah, Mike. Oh, just how much left was on there.
Sorry about that.
God bless you.
It's not COVID, I promise. So, second attempt.
Oh.
Wow, he got too much on it again.
Yeah. Interesting thing about, speaking of COVID, interesting thing about this pool room, I was speaking with the owner, and Championship Billiard Cloth
Yeah.
kept this room alive through COVID and gave him money for his rent to keep the room open.
Wow.
Yeah.
How nice is that?
Isn't that incredible?
That's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. So,
Championship Cloth, one of our sponsors, of course. Thank you so much, guys. Without you, we might not even be sat here now watching this.
exactly. Unbelievable.
Now, look, he's moved them balls off the rail slightly.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not going to make it. Is he going to make it?
He got it.
Go on. In it goes. Third time. Fist pump from Jamie.
That was a good adjustment. Scary adjustment. Man, you bring those balls off the rail.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, you might not make that ball. You could jar it. Lots of things could go wrong.
Yeah, we're going to see that again. Well worth another watch. Little rail bird comes up. That's an owl. A little baby owl, apparently, I've learned.
Yeah, I love it.
Again, though, he got really narrow
got
on it
deep.
again.
Yeah.
Good job he had enough power on it to slide up the queue.
Yeah, exactly.
Great shot. Keeps his lead, 76-63. So 2 points gained back there for Jamie. Now, who chooses it? I think it's
Tim's choice.
It's Tim to choose, yeah. So what's your normal? Do you? I mean, I know. Sorry, I don't know much about you.
It's
I don't.
all right.
But I'm just want to know more about you. So what is a typical day for you when you're practicing? Do you have a day job? Do you?
I do have a day job.
What do you
and-
do? Day job? Or don't
Well,
you want to say?
No, I don't know if I can. They have so I work retail, so I'm not sure I'm allowed to say their name. They have a social media clause that I work for, but
Okay.
I'm in management in retail.
Okay, that's
And
good
so,
enough.
Yeah. So I mean,
Thank you, Walmart.
Oh, you were close though. It's not them,
Was
but
I?
you were close.
Home Depot.
You go from Walmart to Home Depot.
I don't know. Lowe's.
No.
Macy's. Oh, okay, forget it. Carry on. Go on. Sorry.
Actually, they're owned by somebody from a company in the UK. Actually, they just bought our part, American side, out. So have you ever heard of Boots?
Of course I have boots. Yes, they're the great suppliers of all things pharmaceutical and suntan lotion and sunglasses, lots of stuff. Develop photos they used to. I don't know whether
Yep.
anyone does that still, but
We do.
you do? Do you have a 24-hour service?
Yes, we do.
Right, I'm going to take a picture of us and we'll go and get it done at Boots. Hopefully,
There you go.
hopefully you can get a discount. Right,
Yep.
back to the seriousness. Oh, this is the illegal shot, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, and this is all about keeping your bridge hand close.
Yeah, watch. This makes a lovely slow-mo.
Hand is quicker than the eye.
Yeah, this is like a real trick shot, like
Yeah.
a magician's trick shot. The hand is quicker than the eye.
Yeah.
See if you can guess what he's done.
Get in 7. There you go.
What did he do there?
Yeah.
That's
See,
it.
all he had to do
Oh,
was-
it's all over. Just had to make it.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for being here, Stacey. We had so much fun. Thank you very much. I've been Mark White. Who have
Stacey
you been?
Mendrick.
The first
Thank you
lady
so
of
much.
Paul. We're going to hand you back, of course, to our main man that's been driving all this, Mr. Kevin Ross from Railbirds. Thank you so much, Kevin, for putting up with us too.
Yes, thank you.
There, as you can see in the super duper slow motion, yeah, that is definitely not a legal shot in a game of pool, but perfectly legal to win you a tournament. All right. So congratulations, Tim the Dragon Chin, moving on against Jamie Moody. Here's our bracket. Oh, that's kind of hard to see. I'll fix that later. But yeah, so Tim moves on. Congratulations, Jamie, for making it this far. Good showing. Our next match is going to be tomorrow at noon, but we are going to have a little award ceremony for the preliminary discipline rounds. That'll be coming up a little bit later tonight, so you might want to stick around for that. But our next actual match is going to be tomorrow noon Eastern time, semifinal match. So you won't want to miss it. It's going to be lots of fun. I want to thank Stacey for sitting in.
Well, thank you for having me.
And also Mark White, thank you. And
Thanks for having me.
anytime. You can come by anytime, Mark. I'm Kevin.
Absolutely. You're just awesome for our sport, Mark.
Oh, and thanks to our camera operator, Sherry Ross over there. Doing a great job as
Yes, she
always. All right, I'm Kevin Ross. See you guys later. Thanks.